suit. It was included on Sunday as the Lakers unveiled Pat Riley's statue outside Crypto.com Arena before the game. The Showtime offense was in attendance for the ceremony, but the current Lakers, maybe they could have used a little bit more of that on the floor. Of course, ahead of the game, LeBron James and Pat Riley embraced, share a moment. Well-deserved, special night for Riley. It would have been even more special if the Lakers got a win. But Jaylen Brown had other. You were right. It was very similar to their game plan from the 2024 NBA Finals. That constant full-court pressure, it forced the Lakers to have other players initiate their offense. And as you can see, it really kept the ball out of Luka's hands here. So Kendrick Perkins joining us as well as Brian Windhorst. So that was not the only way. That's not the way that Luka typically wants to play here. How, Brian, did you see Boston control the game?
Well, look, the good news for the Lakers is that they finally have their big three healthy. LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. This is what they've been envisioning for over a year now. The bad news is that group has to be awesome on offense because they're not going to be able to be awesome on defense most of the time. And that's what Boston did in this game. Boston targeted them on the perimeter. They were able to generate a ton of open shots out of isolation and putting those guys into pick and roll. And the Lakers had a bad offensive game. It was one of the worst offensive games, frankly, they've had in several years. And
for NBA Finals, Jaylen Brown, he won Finals MVP because of the defense and the full court pressure that he applied on Luka Doncic, which ended up breaking up a happy home. And that's why Luka is in LA now. So when you think about what the Celtics are doing and what they did last night, yes, Jaylen Brown is at the top, should be leading for MVP candidate, but that defense was suffocating the Los Angeles Lakers last night.
They were causing suffering and they were suffocating for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it makes sense. They've been top 5, right, in defense since December. And when you combine that with the elite offense that you're seeing, the possibility of Jason Tatum coming back, and the fact that you asked me, Mark, how often do we not see the Celtics play hard? It seems like every single night they are bringing it and playing incredibly tough for Joe Mazzulla.
I talked to Joe Mazzulla on the 7th of November, and at that time the Celtics were 9-8. No Tatum, obviously, no Porzingis, no Horford. Seemed like no hope. And he's eating his grain bowl, not even tripping. He was like, look, this team is still talented. If we give the effort that we could give to win on a daily basis, Jaylen Brown is that star. And I kind of just looked at him like, okay. And he's like, you know, the competitive guys, like, what, we just have to have it easy? And since then, they've been 28-11. Joe Mazzulla's doing an amazing job. Jaylen Brown's doing a great job leading this team. Everybody knows their role. As you see, they play hard every night. And then Tatum's about to come back with Vucevic. It's a scary Celtics team right now.
It is. And for the Lakers on their side of all of this, Brian, after the game, Luka Doncic said he still thinks that this big three has big potential, is what he said. But at this point in the season, why is it still big potential and not us seeing the fruits of what that potential can be?
Well, they're just not equipped to maximize Luka Doncic. And this is not meant to be an insult. This was a shock maneuver that hit the Lakers a year ago. And over the offseason, they really sort of leaned into the summer of 2026. And when you have Luka Doncic, and to a lesser extent Austin Reeves, you've got to have supporting wing defense, and you've got to have a basket defender. And they just don't got it, you know? I mean, they sometimes are able to do it. J.J. Redick has been mixing in more zone. He's been playing sort of different lineups. But, like, if you look at the way Nimi Keita plays for the Celtics, you look at the way DeAndre Ayton plays for the Lakers, it would be much better if the Lakers had Nimi Keita, because the way he defends, they just they need a transaction cycle to build around Luka, and to a lesser extent to build around Reeves. And that is what they intended to do. That is really what they're not going to publicly announce. They're not going to put this on a statue outside next to Pat Riley, is that this is a holding season. They're going to try to make the most of it. And if they get the right matchup in the playoffs and they get health on their side, they could make a run. But it's going to take things like that to happen, because straight up, they're going to have disadvantages against great teams like Boston.
Well, it's too late, Wendy. The word is out around the NBA. They have scouts at the game right now, and it's not because they're scouting other players or trying to make trades. It's people are getting ready for the postseason. And so now all of a sudden the word is out that, hey, if you want to beat the Lakers, involve Luka and Austin Reeves and make them have to play defense, one-on-one defense. One, they feel like they can't. Two, it takes a lot of energy away from them, so they don't have that much energy offensively. So until they figure it out, the two guys that are leading the charge that they want to change their mindset and decide to slide those puppies, the Lakers are going to be heading home early this season because they don't have the personnel around them to support them where they lack it.
Well, it feels like sort of the middle of the West, though, outside of those top 1, 2, maybe 3 spots are a little bit jumbled. Case in point, let's head north. That's where Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, they were visiting the Golden State Warriors. No Steph, but also no Kristaps Porzingis, who was out with illness, and then a super late scratch moments before tip-off, no Draymond Green. He was dealing with a lower back issue. But just because no Steph Curry doesn't mean he wasn't involved in the action. Off this silly, uncharacteristic turnover here from Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, shooters, always ready to shoot.
Take it.
He told me that he'd gotten a delay of game before, so he didn't want to. Jamal Murray off on this one. Nikola Jokic is able to get the nice little putback there. Grabs the rebound. Jokic right here, pushes the pace, gives it up to Christian Brown, who had a huge first quarter, was quiet until this third quarter, and all of a sudden, after a big lead by Golden State, here come the Denver Nuggets. And this is when you think, uh-oh, Golden State shorthanded. This is when stars show out. Nikola Jokic, nice move to end the third quarter here. Going ahead to the fourth, midway through, the game is tied at 109. You wonder who's going to be the guy. Who are you going to call? Brandon Bajemski, apparently. He had 15 of his 18 points in the final frame. You think he's going to cool off? Nope. Drives, nice little floater. Guess who's loving it? Steph Curry. That one had some serious hang time. And then under 3 minutes left, got to go here. Brandon Bajemski knocks down the triple. The Warriors go on to win 128-117. Nikola Jokic, what went wrong in clutch time again?
Is there anything that you guys feel like you need to change about your approach in some of these late game situations where things haven't gone well? Or are you not concerned by it?
I mean, I'm definitely concerned because we are losing the games, we are losing the games and we are not creating open looks, so that's something that we need to change and hopefully we need to get better. I don't know what it is, but we need to figure it out.
All right, so the Nuggets, they've hit a little speed bump this month. They've dropped 6 of their 9 games, and they've allowed 120 points a night this month. Denver entered the month a half game behind San Antonio for second in the West. Now they are 5 games back from San Antonio. And health is a part of this.
Yeah.
By Jokic's standards, he had 35, 20, and 12, right? Another triple-double. But he's hurting, Mark. What's going on?
Yeah, he's not the type of guy that's going to tell you, and by those gouty numbers, you don't even think anything's wrong with him. But since the Clippers game on February 19th, he's really been hampered by a right wrist shooting hand injury.
Yeah.
And you could look at his numbers and say, what are you talking about? Well, the turnovers are high. He's had 13 turnovers in the last 3 games. Certainly not quite himself. But if he misses a couple more games, then he's not going to be available for the awards.
Right.
They got other injuries like Aaron Gordon, who they hope to have back this weekend. Peyton Watson, maybe next month. So I think he's also putting the pressure on himself to be in a Nuggets uniform, keep them afloat, and especially after missing as many games as he did. And so, yeah, I think he's going to fight through this injury and just keep playing.
Well, you guys, he talked about not generating shots, and certainly I'm never going to be as intelligent about basketball as Jokic is, but when I look at Denver, I don't look at offense. The 128 they gave up is more, I'm more concerned about that than the 117 that they scored. And they just haven't been the same team offensively, Malika, since Aaron Gordon got hurt. Before he started going through these hamstring injuries, the reason a lot of people believed that Denver could maybe pull off an upset of the Thunder this year is because of how good they were defensively. When Aaron Gordon's been out there this year defensively, they've been a top 5 defensive team. When he's not been out there defensively, which unfortunately has been a majority of this season because of his hamstring issues, they've been a bottom 5 defensive team. And especially with now Peyton Watson also sidelined, that's 2 key defensive players, and they just can't get stops. I mean, I'm watching this game yesterday. You were there on the sideline. Jokic was delivering. He was getting assists. They were hitting shots, but they could not get stops at the other end. And that, to me, is where the rubber meets the road for this team.
I agree, Wendy. And look, the wing position, in my opinion, is the most important position in the league when you're trying to win a championship. And not only are they missing Aaron Gordon, they're missing Peyton Watson. We still haven't seen Cam Johnson. you need those 3-and-D guys, that athleticism in the wing, at the wing position to defend, especially in the Western Conference when we're talking about SGA. When you talk about Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, the list goes on. So, again, it's never the offense when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, but the defensive side of things, they definitely need to tighten up.
Yeah, I talked to David Adelman before yesterday's game, and he mentioned that he would like to see 15 games with the roster that they had from opening night. Remember that roster? They've only played 10 games together, but they've gone 8-2. He feels very good about that team, but they're running out of time to be able to put those 15 games together. So for Denver, that's really what it comes down to. It comes down to being healthy. But it was a packed weekend. We had a lot of games, so we thought we would narrow it down. Big three, our top 3 plays of the weekend. Starting with Naz Reid at number 3. I love the Prince uniforms, by the way. On the breakaway.
Oh, behind the back. Wait.
Throwing it down.
Hey!
On Daniel Gafford, by the way. Big poster there.
Hey, big fella.
From Naz Reid. So that's number 3. Coming in at number 2, Tyrese Maxey.
Put this one on the poster. I'm sorry, Ant-Man.
Max taking it to the max with a steal.
Oh, I know what you did right there.
And then a dunk on Anthony Edwards.
Look at his boy stare down with him, though. Did we get that part in there? Look at his boy staring with him.
And the left hand, as Brian pointed out.
Did.
And then our number 1 play.
That's what you call catch 'em slipping.
Poster worthy. It had to be Jaylen Green, right? In double overtime. 0.2 seconds left, game tied. Green from 3 and hits it at the buzzer. Check out the span angle.
Wow. Good to see him back.
Good to see him back. He was 5 for 25 from the field, heading into the final possession. A great ending for the Suns, but some unfortunate news also out of that game. Our Shams Charania reporting that Dillon Brooks has a broken left hand. It's going to keep him out for 4 to 6 weeks here. The Suns are currently 7th in the West, and Brooks is the 2nd leading scorer. He's averaging a career-high 21 points a game. So the Suns are certainly going to miss Brooks on the floor for this crucial stretch of the season. Still to come on our show, we've heard the stars write tease. We're going to do the dunk contest. But when Victor speaks, Mr. Spears,
yes, ma'am,
we listen. Hear from Wemby and what he had to say on future participation. Plus, there's something about Cat's game these last 2 nights that really stands out. What are we seeing? What does it mean for the New York Knicks if Karl Anthony Towns?
And this is why I say Victor Wembanyama is going to be the next face of the league, because he embraces everything about the NBA. It is a privilege for him to be part of the NBA. That's the way he takes it. He never takes it for granted. This man is just special. And like my grandmother say, he got an old soul, baby.
Perk's going to pull up with a camcorder. Check out this interaction with Giannis and a young fan here.
His name is Mason. He is 6 years old, and he officially beat cancer. His favorite player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is right here. Giannis, he beat cancer. He'd love a high five from you. Look at that. Oh, be careful now. He's stronger than he looks, everybody. Mason, you're 6 years old. You just got a high five?
I'll be out for 6 more weeks.
Well, we're certainly glad that Mason is on the road to recovery here, but 6 more weeks for Giannis, we hope not. As of today, he's been out a full month with that calf injury. Mark, any word on his progress?
I'm hearing he's really working hard behind the scenes, and he could be coming back relatively soon. I know they play the Cavs coming up, the Knicks on Saturday. Be nice to see him playing against the Knicks.
He told me over All-Star break that he was healthy. He just needed to get some 3-and-3 5-on-5 reps once the team is back. Hopefully that means soon. The Cavaliers, they went down to the shorthanded Thunder. They put Cleveland on their heels from the start. Why couldn't the Cavs get this done, Wendy?
I don't know if they knew the game started at noon Central, Malika. They were down 28-5, 6 minutes into this game. The Thunder were completely ready with high-pressure defense. The Cavs won the rest of the game by 15 points. But that first 6 minutes completely derailed the Cavs, broke their winning streak, and a terrific team performance from the Thunder to get this win under these circumstances.
Yeah, that wild OKC nightlife, it strikes again.
Oh,
the Knicks, they held on for a road win in Chicago last night. Cat led the team in scoring, and he's had 3 straight 20-point games. He entered this stretch averaging just 16 points a game since January 1st. So he is starting to turn some things around. Mark, I know there has been a lot of conversation about Karl Anthony Towns this weekend, but your biggest takeaway from his recent play, sir?
Defense. I know he could score the ball, but show him the picture. He got to put on the hard hat. He got to put on the Timbs. He was Defensive Player of the Game for the second time this season. So congrats, Cat. You know, he really had a concerted effort also the other day against Houston to try to stop Sengun at a big stop right at the beginning of the quarter. He had 3 steals in this last game against Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, early in his career against Minnesota, he was blocking a lot of shots. Hasn't really been doing that, but Knicks need him to pick it up. But, you know, I know he gets picked on in the pick and roll. But of late, Cat has been a star defensively.
We talk a lot about Big Body Brunson. We talk a lot about Jaylen Brunson and what he needs to do really for this team. But I'm curious, Perk, when you're looking at Brunson and you're looking at Karl-Anthony Towns, do you think that Cat maybe is the most important player on this team in order to be able to get where they want to go?
Absolutely he is, Malika. And look, so many people have high expectations for Karl-Anthony Towns because he's one of the most skilled bigs to ever play the game of basketball. And when he's engaged, when he's happy, we get this version of Karl-Anthony Towns. Kevin Garnett didn't praise a lot of players while he was playing. He told me on the back end of his career that Karl-Anthony Towns was one of the most skilled players he ever played with. And when you get Karl-Anthony Towns involved early offensively, he's going to continue to win those Defensive Player of the Game awards for the New York Knicks and put on his Timbs and his hard hat. So I just want to keep seeing the Knicks continue to feed him, continue to make him feel wanted. We all want to be loved. We all want to feel like we all want to feel loved. That's all he wanted. Yeah, that's it. I just want to feel love. That's all Cat want. And he gonna give you this version.
Can I shout out Jose Alvarado? Because that game on Saturday, Cat had a big game, but they came from 18 down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Jose Alvarado was tremendous. Now, the Rockets offensively are in a rut, but he caused all kinds of havoc at both ends. He's already impacted a couple of wins for the Knicks, and that was such a savvy trade by the Knicks front office. And if he does that one time in a playoff series, has a big 5 or 6 minutes where he's impacting at both ends like that, that trade will be a jackpot that's already looking good.
It does feel like a microcosm of the New York Knicks season, though, where that's a couple gets a steal, throws down the slam, and then jumping ahead to the third quarter because he didn't slow down. Brown creating some space.
What can Brown do for you?
And then shoots it there, nails the mid-range jumper. And then later in the quarter, little step back, creating some distance from Austin Reeves, knocks that one down too.
Most underrated player in the league.
Coach Mazzulla loving it. Get you someone who looks at you the way that Mazzulla looks at Brown. Brown cutting through the defenders there, high off the glass, gets that one to go, plus the foul. He was playing aggressively in this one, and then putting on the final touches, gets it at the top, nails the 3. He finished with 32 points, and here's what LeBron had to say about Brown postgame.
Listen, JB is doing playing great basketball, man. And you can't fault his, this whole MVP thing. I don't understand why his name is not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave them a shot to start the season.
It's an honor for LeBron, who's arguably the best player to ever play the game, giving me some high praise. So I'm just grateful. I wake up every morning, grateful, humbled, in the position I'm able to be in, and I come out and put my best foot forward every single day.
Who spelled tonight behind T-O-N-I-T-E behind Jaylen Brown. But Jaylen Brown has been in a rare form this season, and he's been putting up career highs in scoring, rebounding, and assists. Brown has led Boston to the 2nd spot out east and looking to make a run toward a potential deep playoff push by the former Finals MVP here. And from the MVP, the Finals MVP, to the 3-time Coach of the Year. It was Pat Riley Celebration Day here in Los Angeles as the godfather of the Showtime Lakers. He became the franchise's first coach with a statue. Here is the legendary Pat Riley pregame.
All we really want in life and after is to know that what we did mattered and counted. Not just that we won, not just that we made history, but we left something behind worth remembering. And when it comes to time to kick some ass, you do it. And one day, someone will follow the path you left behind.
Pat Riley has one of the most accomplished basketball careers we've ever seen, and it started with the Lakers. He won a title with Los Angeles as a player, as an assistant, and then 4 as a head coach. Now he is immortalized with a statue. Our George Sedano has more on his lasting legacy.
gritty role player.
His name is Pat Riley. He has become a valuable member of that Laker bench.
Cinematic head coach.
The party started here, but it's going to end in L.A.
Cold-blooded executive.
I'm pissed, okay? So go ahead.
Affectionately known as the Godfather, Pat Riley's journey is a masterclass in adaptation and the relentless pursuit of excellence.
I want to thank Jerry because he's the one that pushed me through the door and he said, you can do it. The logo and the smile, just think if I had a little bit of talent, how much I could have done, huh?
Though his professional playing career was modest, he was a vital reserve on the 1971-72 Los Angeles Lakers team that won 33 consecutive games and a championship. This early exposure to winning at the highest level became the blueprint for his future.
Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Riley, and welcome to Showtime.
When he took the helm of the Lakers as head coach in 1981, Riley didn't just win, he revolutionized the pace of the sport. He orchestrated the Showtime era, an up-tempo, high-octane brand of basketball led by Magic Johnson. He famously guaranteed a repeat championship in 1987.
I'm guaranteeing everybody here, next year we're going to win it again.
A bold promise he delivered on in 1988, making the Lakers the first team in 19 years to go back-to-back.
I guess the question that so many people have, Pat, is why?
Why not?
The true genius of Riley lies in his ability to pivot. When he moved to the New York Knicks in 1991, he realized the Showtime flash wouldn't work with his new personnel. He transformed the Knicks into a physical defensive juggernaut that embodied the no rebounds, no rings mantra. Though they never secured a title under his tenure, he led them to the 1994 finals and still holds the franchise record for winning percentage.
Pat Riley has stepped down as head coach of the New York Knicks, obviously because he feels like he didn't have enough say-so in personnel decisions.
1995, Riley moved to the Miami Heat, where he would cement his legacy as a dual-threat coach and executive.
His championship parade, and I mean, that's the only reason that I coach.
He led the Heat to their first championship as a coach in 2006, but his most significant impact came from the front office.
And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
As president, he engineered the 2010 Big Three era by bringing in LeBron James and Chris Bosh to join Dwayne Wade, whom he drafted in 2003. This move resulted in 4 straight finals appearances and 2 more championships in 2012 and 13, the 8th and 9th of his illustrious basketball life.
There is nothing wrong in being unique. There is nothing wrong in separating yourself from the pack. The goal is to become significant, to leave footprints others will follow.
Pat Riley's philosophy focuses on the disease of me, the danger of complacency and ego. By constantly reinventing himself and his teams, he became the first North American sports figure to win championships as a player, assistant coach, head coach, and executive. Whether on the sidelines or in the front office, Riley remains one of the ultimate architects of winning.
And they chose the absolute perfect pose for Pat Riley's statue, signaling that it was go time. Brian, what do you think the lasting memory of Riley's time with the Lakers is going to be?
I don't know if there's one memory. I will tell you, though, that one story that he told me when I was covering the Heat was, you know, that famous prediction he made, that guarantee where he said they would win in '87, they would win in '88. He didn't just say it off the cuff. There was a reason why he said it, which was because the previous 2 times they won the title with him as the head coach in '82 and then in '85, he felt the team didn't come back with good focus the following year, even though I looked it up, they won 58 and then 62 games, but they didn't win the championship. And so he wanted to put them under pressure from the moment of the parade, that he would be holding them to a high standard, that he wanted them to win the back-to-back that time, which that right there is a Pat Riley story.
I had begged my dad, and all right, I know I'm dating myself, Malika, 1988 to see Kareem's last game in Oakland. Went to the game, and it was like going to see the Beatles, not only with Kareem, but with Magic, with Showtime Lakers, with Pat Riley, seeing that suit. So I'll never forget seeing Pat Riley on the sideline at, to me, the greatest time of his career.
Absolutely. I was chatting with him over All-Star Weekend. We were just talking about success because he embodies it in the NBA. And I was curious, I've been asking successful people, what is your definition? And he told me that there's no one way to success. Success is the way. And I said, you know what? That's some advice that's going to stick with me. Perk, do you have a Pat Riley memory that sticks with you?
So look, Malika, during the time that I was transitioning from my playing career, I was doing media, I was on TV, and I was working. I went to the NBA Combine because I was being a coach there.
Yeah.
And so I ran into Coach Pat Riley while I was walking into the gym. And he stopped me, he said, Perk, I couldn't stand your ass as a player. But, boy, I actually enjoy you on TV, man. You funny as hell. I love watching you. Keep being authentic. And it blew me away because I was still in the trying to find whether or not I wanted to go the coaching route or come on television. I tell you what, he put the key in my back. I ain't never looked back since.
I can tell you very similarly. When Pat Riley tells you that he watches the show, if you're watching, hello, Godfather, and that you do a good job, that is something that is incredibly motivating. But you can't tell the story of Pat Riley without really diving into how his coaching career in the biggest glamour market in the NBA and all the parallels there. He holds the Lakers and the Knicks win percentage records. He won the Heat's first title in 2006. You saw Dwayne Wade was in attendance. And Riles is the only coach in NBA history to win Coach of the Year with 3 different franchises. Now to some sad news. Former WNBA All-Star Kara Braxton has died after being in a car crash in Atlanta. Braxton was the #7 overall pick by the Shock in 2005, and after 3 standout seasons at the University of Georgia. She won the WNBA title 2 times with the Shock, and in a statement, the WNBA said, quote, "It is with profound sadness that we mourn the passing of 2-time W champion Kara Braxton. Our thoughts are with her family, her friends, her former teammates at this time." Braxton was only 43 years old. And really, if you look at these numbers, he looks like one of the most improved players in the NBA. And fresh off his win against the Clippers, Anthony Black. He is joining us now. But first, of course, as any good guest does, he has to sign our big board, putting that John Hancock up there. Oh, nice signature. Anthony, my friend, welcome back to the show. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's good to have you. I don't think you've been here in studio since you declared for the draft. A little bit's happened since then.
A couple things.
Yeah, we got a little bit to catch up on. Let's start with that most improved candidacy here. I mentioned the career highs. Where do you feel your game has improved the most?
Just being more versatile, getting my shots in different ways, shooting shots off the bounce, breaking my man down, but just also continuing to play off of, you know, P, Franz, Jay Suggs, just the other good players we got on the team.
Yeah, it feels like this Magic team is really rolling. I can take that pen.
Thank you.
Have to keep it. You've had a crazy weekend, though. We appreciate the time. Of course, we saw the double overtime loss against the Suns on the buzzer beater.
Man.
But you recovered very quickly from that. What do you say? Why don't we take a look at your Clippers win here?
Cool.
All right, let's roll the highlight here because the Magic, 7th in the East. But take a look here. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter, midway through. Getting out in transition here, running the floor.
That's a good dot right there.
Yeah, coming in for the finish. What did you see on that one?
Just open lane. You know, we trying to play fast, so trying to get out on the break. And, you know, Tristan did a good job seeing me and threading the needle.
But here you have Kawhi Leonard on you. When you, as a defender like that sizing you up, what are you calculating?
Just a way to get past him. You know, he do a good job getting steals and blocks, so trying not to play with the ball, just getting past him, and then trying to finish.
Tough little pushing the tempo here, layup to tie the game, and then under a minute remaining, you're up by 2 here. Walk me through the end.
What we got here?
It's a 2-point game, you guys are up.
Yeah, it was a real close game. You know, we couldn't really create separation all night. You know, that was a big play for us, big rebound. P did a good job getting out, getting on the break. And, you know, they got a shot to win it at the buzzer. Luckily, it didn't go in, and we won a close one.
Yeah, you did. You won a close one. The composure of this young team is something that was on display in that game. I mentioned that you're 7th in the East right now, but right behind the 76ers, just under 2 months left in the season. What do you want to see in these last handful of games to say that you can crack that top 6?
Just getting consistent, you know, with the way we play, just the energy we bring every night, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And, yeah, just making a push. You know, we expect to be playing our best basketball in this stretch of the season. So just figuring it out. And yeah, making them push towards the end of the year.
Do you guys talk about it? Felt like coming into the season, you all were discussed as a team that's going to really make some noise in the East. How do you view yourselves and your own expectations?
Oh, yeah, you know, it's been a different season for us, battling injuries, different dudes, but pretty similar to where we've been the last couple of years. We feel like, you know, we got a lot of talent. We feel like we can compete with anybody in the East, so we're looking forward to just this last stretch, cleaning some things up. Just getting ready to, you know, make a playoff push and seeing what we can do from there.
Health is the name of the game.
Sure.
You all added to your coaching staff, God Shamgod, in this past season. I'm curious if you want to pull out his move on him. Have you ever done that in a practice yet?
Of course. I actually did it. I did it in the Houston game this year. That's the first time I was able to find it, but it's always fun, you know, doing that whole thing with him, you know, his own move, the Shamgod, and just having him in the gym has been good for me and everybody else on the team.
And then it's kind of fun when you can look over to the sidelines and say, yeah, you see what I did there.
For sure.
Maybe that was the first time you were able to pull that out was the Houston game, but we've seen a couple of highlights for you this season that shouldn't just be contained to the small screen. I think they need the big board. So let's take a little walk, because you've had 64 dunks this season.
64.
Yeah, that is already more, my friend, than double your last 2 seasons combined. That's more than your last 2 seasons combined. So we thought we would pull out your top 3, at least that we see here. So let's start at number 3, if we could, please, Director Matt.
This early in the year.
This is early in the year. What do we think?
Nice pass, good defensive offense clip. We love those in Orlando, so good clip, good lob.
And it's on VJ.
Yeah.
As a little side note. Okay, that's at number 3. At number 2, we're going to the colorful courts of the in-season tournament.
Yeah, this
is against Philly again. What's with you in Philly?
I don't know. This one was crazy. I had to go in this game. Jay Suggs was looking for me all night, and we just linked up on this, you know, this lob.
You had to figure what number 1 was going to be, right? This is worldwide.
For sure.
In Berlin.
I don't know. This was crazy. You know, I didn't really even see all these defenders in the time, but you know, I was just trying to get downhill and make a play. It was a close game, so.
And then you get a poster like this. Can you put up an actual poster of your poster?
I would, personally.
You personally would?
I haven't, but, you know, definitely something I got to get in the crib when that comes.
Make a print of this one if you're going to have one. This would be the one. Dunk of the year so far?
In my opinion, but I don't make the rules, so.
Well, I'll make the rules and say that we think that this has been the dunk of the year. Any chance that maybe we could see one top this in the future?
I think so. I think I got more dunks. I can do some more contact than this.
Okay. All right. More contact than 4 defenders. You heard it here first. Anthony Black, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the season. We appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
As Team USA celebrates on the ice, Kevin Durant thinking about the hardwood already in 2028. Is this the beginning of another